You know who uses nobodies?
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't seen him. I know you're there. Come out, you has-beens.
Has-beens? Now why would you say that?
Because bossing around nobodies? That's the old organization. Why? Are you in the real one too? Good for you.
My name is Marluxia, and yes, that is correct. How interesting it is to see you again, Sora.
Again? You know him?
A shame you've no memory of me, because I remember you exceedingly well. Although, it's those memories I'd soon erase.
I don't know what you're saying.
Nor should you. Nor will you ever, for that matter. Now, if you'll permit me, I've come to ask a favor.
Favor? You have got to be kidding me.
Please hear what I have to say. I'm sure you've noticed. Well, perhaps not. But you should know that maiden with you, Rapunzel, is the very light of this world. I would see you guard her from its dark horrors.
Huh? Starting with you, right?
All the organization seeks is balance. You must understand, our ultimate objective is not to clash with the light. We seek to complement it. Use that Keyblade to keep Rapunzel safe.
Rapunzel's light. Oh. Hey, where did they go?
I guess they must have run on ahead.
Then we'd better go find them.
Alright, hello. Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully. I'm on an adventure. But yeah, what Marluxia was doing right there and going, yes, protect the princesses. Yeah, something we are going to be learning a little bit later, but I'm just sort of explaining now for the sake of having things to talk about. I'm sorry, Goofy. I didn't mean to hit you. It's just that when Marluxia gets all in a mood, it makes me angry. I can't control the darkness. But anyway, epithets aside, yeah, basically the main reason why Marluxia is wanting Sora to protect the princesses is because, well, yeah, let's just say that, 7 lights, 13 darknesses, all is prophesized to open the Keyblade graveyard, and let's just say that, since we are, well, currently a few guardians short of a full house, yeah, let's just say that, if we don't get our guardians, well, basically, Xehanort and the organization is going to be forcing our hand by using one of the new 7 lights in order to do that. And of course, these 7 lights are basically fulfilling the same sort of roles as the Princesses of Heart, you know, in Kingdom Hearts 1 or whatever. Except, yeah, this also teases the idea that these, you know, fair maidens, unprepared in the art of combat, are gonna end up, well, you know, sort of taking their roles, and, again, all Xehanort really needs them to do is clash just in order to fulfill the prophecy and, you know, eventually make his way towards Kingdom Hearts. He doesn't really give a shit about anything else. And that also explains why Marluxia has welcomed back into the organization, despite the fact that he kind of fucking betrayed them. You know, back during the whole Chain of Memories thing. Good. So yeah, that does kind of go to dividends to not just sort of explain why Kingdom Hearts 3, and in terms of some criticisms that I don't fully agree with in terms of what a lot of people say, like, again, I mean, I know I've been the one to make these sort of churlish statements that the Disney worlds don't really mean much, and you know, could easily just sort of be cut out of the game with 40% of the plot remaining intact, but you know what, I will give Kingdom Hearts 3 this, like, I mean, in terms of tying in the plot with the organization, the original stuff, and the Disney worlds together, I feel like it does have at least a slightly better melding together of the elements than, you know, some aspects of, you know, Kingdom Hearts 2 and some of the other games in the series, because, I mean, again, while Sora is still going around looking for this nebulous power of waking, in turn, it does also explain that the princesses are of importance to, you know, Xehanort and his plans to have 7 lights clash, on the off chance that, you know, Sora and the Guardians of Light don't get their shit together. But in turn, there is also the factor that, you know, again, you're still having your whimsical Disney-esque journey and, you know, enjoying the sights and, again, effectively just sort of, you know, fitting with the lighthearted nature of Sora's character, just sort of fucking around, having a bit of fun and, you know, just really sort of interacting with people and, you know, making friends along the way. So yeah, I mean, I do understand where people are coming from in the sense that, you know, people are like, oh no, the Disney worlds don't mean anything, but at the same time though, I mean, given Sora's character, it makes all the sense in the world that he just sort of wants to, you know, go around, explore the worlds and just have a good time. Compared to someone like, you know, Terra, Aqua, or whatever else, who, generally speaking, have a mission to complete, but just sort of end up, you know, just sort of going a bit of a runaround and not really getting shit done, so... Yeah, it's very much a case of wish in one hand, shit in the other, really, but, I mean, I will say that 3 does kind of integrate its Disney worlds and the original plot fairly well, so... Yeah, that critical aspect of Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't really hold a lot of water for me. But anyway, on to more important topics, yeah, onwards to new adventure as we continue to make our way to the Kingdom of Beer, where the rivers flow with nectar, and we will be treated like a king, nay, like a god, drinking beer and watching television to our heart's content. But first we gotta make it through this spooky, mysterious, swampland area. Dun 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 dun. But first a cutscene coming up right very now.
I wonder where they went.
Don't worry, they couldn't have gotten too far.
It's just time to stop and talk.
Hey, blame the has-been, not me.
I think you mean Marluxia. I bet that's the name the has-been would prefer.
Hello? Rapunzel! Flynn!
Excuse me, good travelers. Do you know Rapunzel?
Yeah, sort of.
Why?
My apologies. I'm Rapunzel's mother. The poor child left home without a word, and I've just been worried sick. Please tell me, where is my dear, sweet girl?
We'd tell you, but we lost her.
By accident.
We could look together.
Lost her? You're of no use to me. I'll find her myself.
She ran away from home.
What if Marluxia was onto something back there?
You trust organization 13?
What? No, of course not. But what if?
I agree. Why is Rapunzel in danger? And what darkness is after her?
Well, guys, the first step is to find her.
Seems that Mother Gothel is a motherfucker. Sure, she pulls on the treacle when she thinks she can get something out of you, but when you ain't got nothing, then she splits like split ends. You know, like into hair. Yeah, Rapunzel jokes. Although, I mean, technically they do kind of make fun of it. I know one specific, again, you're probably not going to be seeing it since I am sort of cutting down the loading screens, but yeah, there's a whole thing of Sora going like, well, Rapunzel's hair is really long, but it must take a lot of fucking high maintenance. So yeah, hair jokes. But yeah, needless to say, there's no mincing about here. Mother Gothel is very much evil, regardless of whether or not you've seen the movie or whatever else. But yeah, in the meantime, though, as we go through this mysterious forest of dark evilness, yeah, we're pretty much just fighting the nobodies. And just looking for treasure chests and really just sort of making our way through the dark, mysterious vibes that this place has to offer. And I suppose as we're just doing, you know, more combat segments to sort of pad out for time, really, I guess this calls for some more trivia. And that's primarily to do with, you know, Tangled's development history, which might as well get into now. Yeah, because Tangled had actually been in development since 2005, with many revisions of the film before we ended up with what we have today. one of the earliest, and somewhat fitting given where we are, is that one of the original iterations of Rapunzel was that it was going to be a traditional fairy tale in the style of, you know, the 40s and 50s era Disney movies, with a few darker elements, which I suppose in turn would have included stuff kind of similar to the area that we're in now, with, you know, dark forests and, you know, creepy aspects kind of abound. Well, I mean, I say creepy, but, you know, Disney lightheartedness and all that, but, you know, I guess kind of remembering stuff like, you know, the creepy forest with the trees and Snow White, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just sort of the macabre gothic imagery like that really sort of, well, you don't really tend to think about when you're going back to old Disney movies, but I mean, they do have their very macabre elements, like, you know, kind of like Pinocchio, where all the kids get turned into donkeys, and it's kind of harrowing as they legitimately start to panic. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, again, you're probably not getting the contrast right now as we're riding the fucking magical carousel of cheesiness, but, yeah, it's, Disney. Light and darkness intertwined. But in any case, so you just have some Heartless to fight, and that's pretty much it. I will get into some other Tangled development history at a bit of a later date, but yeah, I kind of want to pepper things out a little bit. Make sure there's enough space to talk about odd goings-on and everything else, really. And yeah, since we also have new magical spells such as Arrow and everything else, I am trying to get a decent balance of my magical abilities so that we at least, you know, get a nice showing off of a lot of different spells that we get in our arsenal. But yeah, sometimes I do feel like I either overemphasize like certain abilities like the attraction flows or maybe one or the others. So again, it's all just a matter of me trying to make combat not look boring, or, you know, just kind of showcase all the elements that you have at your disposal to really make the combat your own. So yeah, I mean, if you see a few repeats here and there, I'll try my best to sort of varietize things, but I'm only human. Or am I a nobody? Perhaps I am both. But yeah, there are a few things to explore here. I believe there is actually a hidden Easter egg to the Tangled movie where there's like a hidden pub or something that Rapunzel and Flynn go to. But yeah, I don't think I've ever really been able to find it. I mean, unless of course I've just kind of gone past it. That's just something I recall hearing about from, again, the Hellfire Comms playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 3. But either way though, as we continue with more violence. Yeah, again, the nobodies in terms of anything else, like, yeah, I mean, you don't really have the reaction command system anymore, so again, you can't really just sort of, like, skate around the back of nobodies and give them the business, so, yeah, apart from that, strategies don't really change too much. But, yeah, again, Kingdom Hearts 3 gives you more than enough situation commands and options to really sort of deal with them, so... yeah. Got it. Still don't like the magical carousel one, it's, a wee bit pushed, to be honest. I think I was intending to get a goofy Mumdia, but, I queashed. Mysterious. And yeah, you can see the heartless bats waiting in the wings. But I mean, I will say though, like, I mean, again, in terms of, you know, creating a dark and bleak environment, but also giving it a certain vibrancy of color with the teal undertones in the background. Again, like, I mean, credit to Kingdom Hearts' art department. Like, I mean, again, I think they really did a wonderful job, like, sort of maintaining the nice balance between, you know, graphical fidelity, but also artistic fidelity, and not getting lost in between. Because, I mean, there have been, like, a great deal of modern games that either lose one or the other, where it either looks too overly cartoony and, you know, lacks a certain sense of grit, or it's otherwise too realistic, but loses that, you know, iconography, for the lack of a better phrase, so... yeah, I mean, the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 manages to make a good balance of that is, you know, quite stunning, with especially with the amount of environment variety that you do get to see throughout the retrospective levels, and, yeah, in a similar case to Kingdom Hearts 2, actually, and, well, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 1, you know, among various other worlds, how you noticed a few stylistic changes between, you know, regular Destiny Islands to, you know, Halloween Town, you know, Atlantica, all that kind of thing. Yeah, you do get a few slight graphical shaders and, you know, effects looking a little bit different depending on which world you're in. So yeah, you do get some, nice variety in terms of how your characters are looking, and, yeah, on the whole, again, credit to Square Enix's art department, man, they, quite a lot of talent, outside of the hardcore realism that they go for with Final Fantasy these days. Well, I mean, again, I say hardcore realism with Final Fantasy, but I mean really in terms of, the stylization. I mean, again, I know they've sort of gone back towards like the whole medieval thing with Final Fantasy 16, but you know, there is still a bit of that traditional sort of you know, Final Fantasy-esque design that has sort of come in the wake of the post-Final Fantasy VII Tetsuya Nomura sort of designs, but yeah, that's neither here nor there in this case. I mean, again, you still have characters like, you know, Clive, Jill, and all that. It's still looking relatively Nomura-ish, even despite going back towards the more medieval style of things. I don't know. I guess we won't really be seeing much of a Yoshitaka Amano sort of design thing unless it's either for the logo or for, you know, the sparse bit of artwork. Well, I mean, then again, even in Final Fantasy games of past, like, I mean, again, those Yoshitaka Amano designs are usually more a suggestion than what they'd end up using for the actual sprites. But in any case, that's enough talking about artistry. I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time, cutscene.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, boy, easy. Settle down. Whoa, whoa.
That voice!
It's Rapunzel!
You are such a good boy. Yes, you are. Are you all tired from chasing this bad man all over the place?
Excuse me?
Nobody appreciates you, do they? Do they?
Oh, come on! He's a bad horse!
Oh, he's nothing but a big sweetheart. Isn't that right? Maximus?
What? You've got to be kidding me.
Look, today is kind of the biggest day of my life, and the thing is, I need you not to get him arrested. Just for 24 hours, and then you can chase each other to your heart's content. Okay? And it's also my birthday, just so you know. Huh?
Rapunzel!
You're here, and you're okay.
Yeah, you too.
And look, I meet a friend. Meet Maximus. You could say Flynn introduced us, and where one goes, the other follows. This is Sora, Goofy, and Donald. They've been helping me.
Come on. The kingdom's not far.